Okay, so let's see. So I think this is what I've been given to read and read. It's a prepared statement. It's not very well written, and it's coming via the beings that use cities and scalar weapons to abuse me. Okay, so this is basically if it doesn't sound proper, it's because they've lost interest and they've gone drinking. But this is what they've said: infinite love equals spirit equals higher self equals soul. Scalar weapons or cities are an abuse of power by mental entities. We think this is allowed by spirit because it is to teach through experience. Sitting on one's hands while others suffer is what we see the Pleiadians doing. They can but choose not to step in and stop abuse of power. What would love do? If I am love, I allow children to play, but if bullying is seen, I don't stand idly by and allow it to continue. Bullying causes trauma to the abused one, and the abused one may well start abusing others because it learns might is right. The cycle of abuse on earth has gone on from generation to generation. I think Spirit is having me talk about this to speak out about many individuals and groups who abuse power or choose not to interrupt bullying. To them, these are faults. I feel Spirit wants us to use our experience to talk about it. An old teaching is that Spirit does not force individuals to choose love. Free will. It is freedom to choose love or negative states. Over time, I think beings will choose wisdom. Some have to go through the school of hard knocks before they wise up. Rumpelstiltskin has told me all this. Everything here is coming from his group, okay? My job is to complain about the abuse of power. I don't have the capability to dismantle scalar weapons or abusive use of city power. SIDDHI, city powers are like superpowers. I think others do, but choose not to. For example, the Pleiadians. I think they're in the wrong, because if you can stop this, then you should. It's a value judgment. It's my value judgment. But maybe they're chicken. Rumpelstiltskin doesn't think anybody is stronger than him, although there was a troll that he withdrew from the fight against the troll because he didn't really want to continue. It was a war of words, not really a war of weapons. It was a war of words, and he basically came to the conclusion that the troll was never going to be it was a tie, he figured, and he just retired. I didn't need, this is my words, I didn't need Matt Kahn's teachings to change my thoughts and behaviors. Long ago I chose to follow Don Juan Matus and develop inner silence, and I had inner silence. I also followed David R. Hawkins and used the scale of human consciousness and muscle testing to follow life's choices for me. But the Matt Kahn lecture came up because somewhere along the line we felt that Matt Kahn was saying, your job is to be an angel for your body. Let the body do what it wants to do, and you're there as an advisor and a helper to help the body, but you're not there to impose your will on the body. So in the end, my choice is to either remain silent and accept abuse or take action, which is simply to talk about it. Now, Rumpelstiltskin, I talked about this before. He likes to pretend that he's Meriadoc from Lord of the Rings. And is he? No, he's Rumpelstiltskin, but he loves to think Meriadoc is a hero. And is Rumpelstiltskin a hero? He thinks somehow by rip-sawing people that he is going to get his wish, which At one point in time, he said it would be the end of all these scalar weapons, end of all these superpowers, and people would be fine. But until everyone else gives up their weaponry, he's not giving up his. The example of Meriadoc was Meriadoc and Peregrine weren't able to stop the evil wizard Saruman, so they told the Ents about who was behind the destruction of the forest that the Ents protect. The Ents were strong and able to defeat Saruman and his army. Rumpelstiltskin thinks he's not strong enough to defeat all the evil on his own, so he wants others to help. He says the Pleiadians need to get off their collective asses and dismantle evil scalar weapons and city powers. We are not in contact with Pleiadians, and Rumpelstiltskin is also asking other questions, but in the end, all he wants to do is see if these Pleiadians are tough. And if they're tough enough, then maybe they'll get his respect. He's an insane elf, but he's perhaps, you get the old idea of very small people buy huge trucks to drive around in. It's to make up for their small penises or something. That's your lecture from me about Rumpelstiltskin. The